It was Mark Twain who famously asked in 1898, "What is the secret of the Jews' immortality?" And since then, many answers have been offered to this fundamental question. Today, I'd like to give you my own take, based on a verse in this week's Parsha, Parshas Balak. The story is very well known. Balak, the king of Moab, hires Bilam the prophet to curse the Jews. However, in the end, instead of curses, Bilam produces the most beautiful blessings and compliments for the Jews that was ever written. One of these phrases reads as follows: Hein levadad yishkain, uvagoyim lo yischashav. Behold, the people dwells alone. It is not counted among the nations. Being alone does not mean to be isolated from the world. To the contrary, the Jewish community is very involved and aware of what's going on around us. Instead, alone here means distinct. We have a strong sense of identity which doesn't allow us to assimilate. This is the secret of Jewish survival. We've always known we're different. We've always known that we have a unique responsibility. And as long as we embrace it and fulfill our potential, we will indeed be immortal. My father, Olav Hashalom, used to take daily walks for his health. His walking partner was a neighbor who was a huge Torah scholar. One day, this fine gentleman asked my father for a favor. His son was getting married to the daughter of a very prominent, world-renowned philanthropist in Toronto, Canada. Obviously, he said, there would be many important business people there on that man's behalf, whereas he, a relative unknown guy from Los Angeles, would have no one special representing him. So if my father, who was a well-known personality, would agree to come to the wedding, it would mean a lot to him. My father readily agreed. He told me later it was mostly for a selfish reason. He had always wanted to meet this famous philanthropist, and this was a great opportunity. When he came back, he excitedly told me that everything they said about this wonderful man was true, and even more. But there was one thing that stood out to him and made a deep impression. This was a man who had made it to the top of the Forbes list of the wealthiest man in the world. It was a man who was intimately familiar with the highest echelons of financial and social society. Yet, 95% of the seats in the huge wedding hall were filled with rabbis and yeshiva students. At the far corner in the back, my father noticed there were two medium-sized tables where the bankers and business people sat. He imparted an extremely powerful message. Yes, I do business, and I do it successfully, and I do it globally. But what is important to me? Who am I really? I'm a Ben Torah, a person who values our eternal Torah and mitzvahs. Mr. Twain, this is our secret, and this is our strength. You still have a lot to learn. Wishing you and yours a Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach.